Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Can you guys hear me? Are we in the hood? Are we live? Just want to make sure.
Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
There we go. We're live. We're live.
Are we in the...
Okay. Oh, I got to sneeze. I got to sneeze. Hold on. Woo! Oh, man. Gesundheit. What does that mean? Gesundheit. Is it like bless you? How do you spell that? Gesundheit. Gesundheit. Bro, don't. Wishing you good health. Did you guys see how I spelled that shit? Gesundheit.
Gesundheit.
Gesundheit. Wow. Okay. Anyway, that aside, this has been a very impromptu, unexpected live stream. How are you guys doing? Red SVC says, Miles, where are you? Taishima's here with Poppin'. Zenny's here. Lord Exo Hunter's here. FW Xenox is here. Ooh, 14 people watching. Oh my God. What's going on, guys? Hold on. I realized I got my merch store up. I swear I'm not promoting the merch store. I'm just leaving it here for a while because, as you guys know, if I show a manga panel, I'm going to get a copyright strike. And the last thing I need after being gone for weeks is to get a copyright strike from our friends and pals over at Shueisha. I do want to find the panel. Hopefully someone did a color paneling of that last shot of Asa. Or was it Yoru? With the nukes in the back. Let me see. Chainsaw Man 209. Okay. I like this. We'll use this. We'll show this off for a bit. Oh, look at the reference. Fujimoto referencing the meme. Okay. I don't know if that's exactly it, but it looks pretty spot on. It looks pretty spot on. This, of course, is from Chainsaw Man Daily Shots over at Twitter, or X if you call it X. Does anyone call it X? I call it Twitter. I'm still calling it Twitter. Trishy's here. Marco's here. Chaco Drops is here. Mendina's here. Kingdom of Centonia. Sentigoose. Okay, I'm on the right account. Yep, that's right, man. How you guys doing? How's summer treating you guys? You know, they say it takes a few weeks to get used to speaking with Invisalign. And you're like, oh, like your mouth will adjust and all that stuff. But I'm noticing, even as I'm talking to each and every one of you now, live, it's so hard to say what I want to say without me having like this lisp type of thing. Oh, God. Yeah. Mendina's like, it's not in Texas. Yeah, man. Stuff in Texas is a tragedy. I mean, the state of the world is also kind of in shambles a bit, too. It's also hot. Yep. Yeah, it's hot over here in Florida. Maurice is here. Joe, summer's going great. Happy to hear it, Maurice. Anyone else watching some fun stuff? I can tell you guys what I've been watching lately. So, admittedly, I've been watching Rent a Girlfriend. I don't know why I'm still watching this. After I made that YouTube short about like Kazuya getting rejected by Chizuru, and apparently there's still like another chapter or more chapters. But your boy is watching Rent a Girlfriend Season 4. I've been watching some One Piece. It's good to see Dr. Stone back. Did episode 2 of Season 4 drop? Let me see. Well, anyway. Dr. Stone, I've been watching that. I've been watching Taco P's Original Sin. Guys, don't sleep on this show. This is a crazy ass fucking show. This right here. Let me pull that. I've never seen a show where they have to show like a general warning before watching, like, hey, this is like what you're about to watch is like super heavy and dark, and we just want to let you know in advance. So just letting you know, right? Because I'm sure many of you know of ReZero, even though you don't see it. And the protagonist, Subaru, he ends up dying a lot. Like, that's his abilities. He can just restart time like Groundhog's Day, depending on, what he does and how events turn out, blah, 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 blah. But, like, he dies. There's a lot of deaths in ReZero. But I don't think I ever seen someone correct me of a ReZero episode saying, hey, like, what you're about to watch is, like, really dark and heavy. Be careful not to watch it, okay? I'm watching this show about these fourth graders, and the show has the preference by saying, Miles, you're about to watch some dark, crazy shit. Get ready. So, yeah, like, Marie says, yo, we took your recommendation on Original Sin, and oh my freaking God. Yeah. Yeah, it's, this is, guys, oh, and here's the other thing. To make it, to sell you on this even more, right? There's only 6 episodes, and we already have 4 out of the 6 out. I think every episode drops on Thursdays or Fridays. I think it's Fridays. So episode 1 is 40 minutes. If you can get through episodes 1 and 2, I think you'll be okay. Because episodes 3 and 4, not as strong to me, but episodes 1 and 2 were like, yo, this is fucking crazy. So, what else? Oh, okay. I don't know what it is about this show. This show is so wholesome. My dressed up darling. I don't know why. I forgot what season 1 looked like animation wise, but season 2, there's something about season 2. I'm watching this and I'm like, why is this a really high detailed show? Oh, I can't even show it because I'm live on stream. Oh, yeah. Because, okay, Crunchyroll's not letting me do that. Okay, good on Crunchyroll. I guess I'm not going to get a copyright strike. I don't know why the animation for a show like this is really, like, high budget. Like, there's, like, a lot of things high budget in this show. I think it's just a fun, adorable watch. Rent a Girlfriend, Taco Pizza Original Sin. I saw Code Geass. Guys, I just finished Code Geass like 3 weeks ago. I just finished watching Code Geass for the first time. Blew me away. I understand now, and I know it's been an old show, so, if you guys want to talk about spoilers with Code Geass, please, I am fiending to have some good conversations with some good people about Code Geass. Maybe we should just invite more people on the Discord. But, to be honest, I know I'm not really that active on there either. But, with Code Geass, I'm going to say this. I remember when I finally saw how it ended. And, let me backtrack. When Attack on Titan finished, I remember people saying Eren pulled a Lelouch from Code Geass. So, the only context I knew about Code Geass is that clearly this Lelouch guy has to die. He just gonna die. He pulled an Eren Yeager, or should I say, is it the other way around? So it's interesting watching Code Geass for the first time, knowing how it's going to end because of Attack on Titan, of all things. And I was still enthralled watching the show. Code Geass is pretty good. Choco Drop says here, you are right, Miles. There's no warning before the first episode of ReZero anime. No one told me there'd be a stream. I know, dude. Impromptu live stream. Oh, yes, my Dress Up Darling animator said they love drawing her so much so you can see the passion they have for the show. Dude, that's what I'm saying. Code Geass, the GOAT show. That last episode made me sob so hard. Oh, my God, dude. Speaking of sobbing. Oh, my God. Now, I don't think it's a surprise here for you guys, but I am a One Piece fan. Oh, I was watching ReZero. I was watching Fire Force 2, but why can't I find... I don't know how many of you guys are keeping up with One Piece, watching One Piece. Oh, man. I'm telling you, Kuma's life might be one of the best episodes in One Piece, period. I think that's an easy thing to say. I think this is definitely a top 10 One Piece great for the anime. This may arguably be a top 3 best anime episodes of 2025 for me. And I've been watching a lot of shit. Honestly, Taco P's Original Sin, that first episode also was fucking crazy too. I would say that's a contender. And I'm going to say I have not cried watching an episode of anime like I did when I saw this episode. Kuma's like, oh my God, I'm like getting goosebumps thinking about it. Guys, I'm keeping it a buck with all you guys. I cried watching this episode. Oh my God, dude. Let me see if I can find Bonnie real quick. Kuma. I mean, the last shot. Oh my God, bro. I mean, this. Nah, man. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it, dude. Kuma had a fucking tough life, dude. He had a tough life, man. Yeah, here we go. I'm like Roger Space, dude. I swear, dude. Oh, thinking about it. Guys, I can't think about it. I'm getting goosebumps right now thinking about it. Oh, man, that shit fucking hit so hard. That shit hit too hard, man. Bro, I haven't watched that because my original impression of the show was different from what I saw on YouTube, so I felt catfish and never watched it. Senti Goose, what show are you talking about? Dress Up Darling? Let me see. Didi Miles, haven't heard that name in years. I mean, old anime gems inspires many. And you know what? You know what's better than Code Geass being back? The MC, unlike AOT. Glacial's here was good. Factory Mac Roast. Oh my God, Miles is back. I don't know. I just popped in to say hi. Takapi had such amazing art in the manga. I love that they translated the despairingly cute style into the anime. Yeah, and Takapi is so cute. That like little octopus. I love how he talks. Little poor thing, dude. Just wishing for the best, you know? Ooh, Glacial with a good question. Hey, Miles, what do you think of the new Gachiakuta anime? I hope I said that correctly. Let me pull it up here. So, I saw the first 2 episodes. And with my editor, I remember when we were in the neck of putting out the Kagurabachi video back in January, that I'm like, hey, Gachiakuta is going to be a big thing. I want to talk about it. Let's do like an explain style series to it, like I do the other explain narrative videos. And we just never got around to it because it was just hard to find the panels in like high quality res. I'm sure he could have like, you know, found it. But the place where I was reading it, you know, I'm just kind of like, I just never got around to it. Anyway, this is all to say, what do I think of the first 2 episodes? Well, I think I'm not crazy into heavy metal music and that like rock and roll typo screaming shit, you know. But I can appreciate it when it goes with the aesthetic or with the theme of kind of like the thing I'm watching, right? So Gachiakuta, I think, kind of encapsulates that. And I like the animation. I don't like that typical heavy metal music, but I think it's fine for this show, right? Like it's serviceable. And I remember I maybe read the first like 28, 30 chapters, and it progressively got better. But the first you know, it's weird when I watch the first 2 episodes of the anime, I'm like, oh yeah, I know this is how it exactly pans out, but it's not selling me, right? Like Gachiakuta, I think it's worth reading as you continue reading it, right? And you'll be more hooked. But in the beginning, it didn't hook me in. So for a lot of people, you know how a lot of people are like, I give any anime, maybe manga too, like the 3-episode rule, right? Like if I'm not hooked by the 3rd episode, I'm not going to watch it. I feel like if I didn't read the manga and I saw the first 2 episodes of Gachiakuta, I'd be like, well, it's on the chopping block, right? Like, okay, episodes 1 and 2, they're not bad, but they're not really selling me. Let me see what episode 3 does. And I don't even know if after episode 3, if they would even hook you in. So this is a long roundabout way of saying I read the manga, or at least the first 30 chapters. I think it's good. I don't know why I stopped reading it. The anime looks great. But if I went in cold turkey, I don't know if I can recommend this to people, right? Like, it's. I don't think it's bad. It's just not my cup of tea. But then again, I'm telling you, it's going to get good later on, right? So if that's the sales pitch for me to convince you guys to watch it, I think you guys should watch it. And FW Xenox says, it reminds me of Fire Force. Yeah, I was watching Fire Force too. It's crazy. I forgot like the main plot point from season 2 to season 3. I just sporadically started watching season 3 without a refresher of what happened in Fire Force. And I like kind of remember enough to be like, okay, I think this is what we're doing. And, you know, Shinra, you know, why he's trying to save his brother, et cetera, et cetera. And the way season 3 ended, I'm like, oh shit, I kind of want to see how season 4 is going to pan out. But yeah, that's an interesting parallel. Gachiakuta to Fire Force. So, I don't know. I would say the concept of Fire Force, I think, hooked me in more quickly than Gachiakuta. But, again, stick around with Gachiakuta. I think there's something special here. We miss you, DJ Mouse, for real. Appreciate that, Taishim. I love metal. What's the show's name? Gachiakuta. Gotcha. Sounds like a fair assessment. The art usually hooks me, but the writing would have to sell me on the thing I'm looking into. Yeah, that's fair. I think the reminding of Fire Force is because of the creator. Fire Force is the creator of Soul Eater, and his editor made Gachiakuta. Ah, that's right. Okay, yep, I see it. Tone, roll them up. What's up, DJ? Good to see you back. Knew you come back soon. Chainsaw, been cooking. Okay. Has it been 20 minutes? It's been 18 minutes. All right, so I think Shueisha, they're not watching. Hopefully they're not watching. Let's talk about why we're here, the meat and potatoes. And that, of course, is Chainsaw Man. BQ Buru says, this is my first time watching one of your live streams. I just want to say thank you for keeping me up with the manga, specifically Chainsaw Man and Dan Da Dan. I've been watching for a while now. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Good, sir. Okay. Who is this person? Okay. Oh, anyway, I have a merch store where I sell play mats, which can be used as mouse pads. Lots of One Piece stuff. We got some Gundam. We got some Pokemon. The Dan Da Dan and the Chainsaw Man designs we still have. If you guys want them discounted, let me know, and I can sell them to you guys for 20 instead of 30 that you see here. And then, you know, we got pins and stickers and all that fun stuff. So this is my merch store, nengarden.com. I love it. It's been keeping me busy. We also did, let's just go to my channel real quickly. We've talked about the explained videos. I am currently editing the explained series with Chainsaw Man. I think I'm actually going to end it at chapter 209. So I think that's a good point, right? Like how this ended, I think that's where I'm going to leave it. And then, you know, we'll catch up arguably with the last 20 to 30 chapters when the story is going to wrap up, you know? So right now I only wrote the script and edited the audio up to 207, but I think I'll write a script for just these last 2 more chapters. And I think this is a good stopping point, you know? So let's go ahead and talk about what happened in Chainsaw Man chapter 209. We last saw the Falling Devil, and I said this on Discord, you know, Yoru did the big tank. We finally saw it. Oh my God. I thought we weren't going to see it. I'm glad I can eat my words with that. I am so happy. Fujimoto's like, okay, we've been waiting a while for the tank abilities. This is why. And let's actually just quickly recap that chapter because it's been a few weeks since, you know, we've been talking about this together. You know, Asa ends up saving Denji, and she's like, hey, kind of like how you saved me with the Falling Devil, I'm here to save you. We're bringing it back full circle with the Falling Devil. You know, she's looking great. Love Chef Mommy. You guys know this. So here we go. We see Yoru say, yeah, fuck this. I'm going to get my tank attack, and we're going to wreck shit. Oh, I'm in 208. That's 207. My bad. Anyway, after the onslaught, none of it works. And we've come to the conclusion, like we should all right, that primal fears, they're not going to die. You know, I mean, she even tells her, it's like, bro, the fear of falling awakens in all living things the moment they first gain awareness. War is but a concept created by humans. You could never hope to best me. I mean, if that isn't a fucking mic drop of a moment, I'm doing that like full cinema thing, right? It's like, that is such a mic drop of a, like, an insult to Yoru. Even with all the power-ups, Chef Mommy is saying, the moment things wake up on this earth, they fear falling. War's a concept. Like, of course, the concept of falling is way stronger than war could ever be. So now Chef Mommy, you know, she's doing her onslaught of attacks. They're dodging. They get through this building. We waited 2 weeks for this moment where we thought Denji was going to be turned into a weapon, right? Like, it looked like this moment, like, even Denji's like, oh my God, is he about to turn? Is he about to turn? And just like the promotional image I have spoken about many times, that like, okay, this moment had to happen. I still think to some degree, Denji is going to be turned into a weapon. I still fully believe in that. Now, they end up not doing it because, you know, Asa, she's like, she gains control of her body. Yoru wants to turn you into a weapon. Denji says he's okay. Get turned into a badass weapon. And then Asa, shocked, Yoru takes control. Yoru is about to turn Denji into a weapon. But what happens? She gets cold feet. Not only does she get cold feet, boom. The weapons attack, and then they go for Asa straight to the head. And a lot of people thought, DJ Miles, either Asa or Yoru died, so one of them is going to have full control of the body. I didn't think about this for a second. Like, I knew this could have been a thing. Like, that's a possibility, but I felt like where it was going, I don't think they were going to die like this. I feel like if either Asa or Yoru was going to die, like, this wasn't their moment. Although, waiting 2 weeks and theorizing is a good, you know, rug pull from Fujimoto himself. Now, what is surprising is what happens in 209 for obvious reasons. But, you know, we see Denji's head gone. Yoru and Asa, boom, head taken up to bits. Falling Devil thought she held back. Was war always this weak? Long ago, I heard she was more frightening. So, God, what an insult. What an insult. Stranger says, DJ Miles, glad to see you and your gorgeous hairline. Appreciate that. Oh, I do have to make a video because we're coming on August, and August 7th will now be the 1 year anniversary. I promise I'm going to get to the chat, but let me just get to this last point. So, Falling Devil thinks she defeated Chainsaw Man and Yoru. Then Yoru goes with the onslaughts. And we kind of know what's happening here, right? Now we know what's kind of happening here with this panel with her, like, arm, right? It's, like, getting much stronger. Or, wow, I'm lying. This is the Falling Devil's arm. She pushes back Yoru. And she's like, well, wait, didn't she just die? And yeah, that's a good indication, right? Like, bro, she got a weapon straight through her head. She's RIP. But she had to have received that Zenkai boost. For people who don't know Dragon Ball Z terms, Zenkai boost is like when you're on the edge of death and you get stronger as a result, right? If you get like a sensu bean or, you go through something, near death, you get stronger, whatever. And, like even One Piece in a weird way, right? Like, hockey blooms in the most intense and extreme battles. Something happened here where Yoru should have died, but she didn't. And we'll find out for a second. We'll talk about that reason later on. But now Yoru is strong as heck. And look at this. Slicing up Chef Mommy. And then when the Falling Devil tries to attack, look how insane this feat is. Right here. We don't know how sharp Chef Mommy's arms are. Okay? Her like tentacles. But the fact that Yoru grabbed it mid-strike and immediately crushed it. Dude, this is like Goku facing off against Nappa. With one punch. Or was it like Raccoon? I think it was like Raccoon. Was that his name? Ginyu Force. Raccoon? Is that his fucking name? Remember when Goku fought this guy? Dude on the fucking left? He like punched him once or twice. And he was like, oh my God. I'm fucking gasping for air. Anyway, Yoru does this. Falling Devil's like, what the fuck? And now Yoru is tearing up. I forgot. Why did I forget? No. Why? Why did I remember? Of course, Chef Mommy is a primal fear. She's regenerating, no problem. But look at what's happening with Yoru. There's something happening with these arms. They're kind of like twisting and turning. I don't know. She's gaining some Zenkai boost quite literally mid-battle. And she just... Is that how you guys are reading it? Like, is that what this Yoru did? Did she just like twist her arm so strong, or she was in the middle of a transformation and then just used the momentum of her newly found powerful arm and just did like a hammer bash, And this is the crazy part. Before we start talking about all the crazy stuff and the nuclear devils and the theories on that, can we stop it right here and ask the audience, guys, is the Falling Devil gone for good? Yes or no? The way this is being panned out, we know primal fears can regenerate. But I'm looking at this like, bro, Chef Mommy ain't regenerating right here. Now, to be fair, if we go back to chapter 207, it kind of looked crazy too, right? Like, we see her getting bombarded with all these attacks. Yoru's signature weapons. Boom, boom, boom. And the way it ended too. Okay, Chef Mommy's body is gone. It's like there's nothing there. Only for immediately for her to arrive like, hey, like that shit ain't phasing me, guys. Like, come on now. You satisfied? That shit ain't nothing. But why does this look so like a final attack here? It's like, bro, you're gone. But 64% of you are saying no. And I think I'm on that side. Although I would love it if this quite literally became a Chainsaw Man historic feat, where not only did we see a primal fear lose, but we saw a primal fear lose to one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse. I mean, just a primal fear being defeated is kind of a crazy thing to say out loud. 67% saying no. Chef Mommy's still alive. I want to say she's still alive too. I mean, dude, I just read it a little while ago. She insulted Yoru. and is reminding us, Fujimoto is reminding us, the fear of fallen awakens in all living things the moment they first gain awareness. War is but a concept created by humans. You could never hope to best me. This is why I think she's not gone. But I'm telling you, if in the next chapter, Death comes out and says, wow, Yoru, I can't believe you took out a primal fear. This is why I'm thinking, call it DJ Miles Cope. This is why I could think, I believe that Yoru could have defeated the Falling Devil once and for all right here, is because, keep in mind, she got turned into an effigy doll, right? The Death Devil, whether it was willingly or not with the Falling Devil, she became a pawn for the Death Devil. And we know the Death Devil has said many times, one of the weakness in controlling the people I manipulate, like Gilly, like Fake Chainsaw Man, like Fami, and even the Falling Devil, they are not at their original strength, okay? And we know even when the Falling Devil wasn't at her original strength, when we saw her in the Falling Devil arc, she still caused like cataclysmic, like titanic shifts in the world. A weakened Falling Devil caused that. So to bring it back, I'm saying, what if, yes, she's a primal fear, she's super strong, but she's already nerfed. This is already a nerfed Falling Devil. Therefore, could the Zenkai boost that Yoru just received be enough to take out this nerfed primal fear right here, right now, on page 11, page 10 of Chainsaw Man Chapter 209? Guys, I have to hear your thoughts. Guys, talk to me. Is this Cope? Yes or no? Did I make a convincing argument? Yes or no? Now let's go ahead and read the chat. And let me throw this here on, where's that Yoru panel? Yeah, let me throw this on so I don't get a copyright strike. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead. Where are we here? God, I got so much to catch up on. Robin is here. What's good, Robin? Yeah, too many emotions for her to handle. It's going to take some effort too. It could be a rift. I mean, I know. I'm way late. Okay. What if converting Denji into a weapon might be a step for him to evolve into something else, like a new beginning? Having Asa to be the catalyst for change is wild. I like that. Lord Exo Hunter says, they never say war never changes, but this chapter shows otherwise. True. Not expected they die just like that. Loving Fujimoto. Perhaps War Devil is changing slightly, but the thing is, she is wanting to hold on her old self. Yeah, we'll talk about like her remembering and not remembering, and how like now she's crying, right? Like she's clearly like, oh no, this is too fucked up type of thing. Anyway. Let me see. Where was I? Perhaps Ward. Okay, I've read that already. Shock Scream says, I was fully expecting a return of Pochita, and we see Pochita versus Falling. With War Devil getting stronger, could that mean that she could overpower Asa and eventually consume her entirely? Maybe, but I don't think that's the route Fujimoto's going. But I'm not opposed to this either. But I think for the sake of like drama and like where we're going with the dynamics of like Denji and Asa, and honestly at this point I think Yoru and Asa, they had this perfect symbiotic relationship, right? I always kind of reference this. Think of like Eddie Brock and Venom, right? Like, yeah, Venom could take over the host. He's more of a parasite type of thing. But it seems like Asa and Yoru, even if Asa has been more wary and she's scared of Yoru's ultimate plans, there's still like this dynamic where I feel like it's, I don't want to say healthy enough, but like I don't think we're there yet to this conclusion that you're predicting here. Robin says, okay, consider the insult. Human concepts can at least be reinvented, so Yoru has an advantage. Human concepts can at least be reinvented, so Yoru has an advantage. Maybe. I don't know. I hope this World War III arc will finish before real life World War III arc. Oh my god. Looks like Falling was trying to twist them off in that panel. Yoru versus Falling reminds me of Makima versus Darkness Devil. Isn't that the case that all the horsemen can remember the concepts erased? Yes and no. I mean, Makima said she's having a hard time remembering it herself. So yes, maybe the horsemen's, because they're, just a tier above many devils typically, and they're the horsemen, that, they can kind of remember this stuff a little bit more. But Makima did say she has a hard time of remembering, and she's a control devil, Falling twisted her arms, I think. Oh, that's what you guys are saying. Wow, okay. Okay, yeah, wow. I mean, if that's the case, yeah. So Yoru grabs it, crushes it. I don't know what's this supposed to be. Just like the guts falling or something? But you're right. Yeah, maybe that's right. Look, you guys are right. Yeah, the falling devil is doing something with her arms. And even as her arms are getting twisted, good catch, guys. Yoru says, fuck that. I'm still smashing you in. Like, I'm the Incredible Hulk. Good catch on that. Wow, that's wild. Tone Up Roll 'em Up says, that's a conclusion me and my friend had. Like, reload the arm and bang full arms. I think she has the power of nukes. I don't think it's over for Falling. The top half seems to be exploded off, but considering what Denji did last time, it's not over. Falling could regenerate instantly. Now she isn't, so probably dead. Please, Chef Mommy, don't die. Taishi. Considering Falling is underpowered, it's likely she can come back anytime. One Punch Man reference. What would happen to the Falling Devil if she's truly dead now? Since she is a puppet of death, what would happen if one of the death puppets gets killed? Good question. Falling did twist Yoru's arms. I didn't even see that. Where am I? Okay, I have a feeling Falling Devil is gone. So, okay. It's like the regeneration from RE do enough damage, they get stunned for a bit, and then they come back afterwards. This Falling is not even at 100% her full power. She's back in hell, I guess. Something to consider since nuclear weapons were reinvented. The full fear they cause isn't fully back yet. Radiation poisoning isn't something feared yet because it just came back. Ooh, okay. I'm going to stop here with Dolphin's comment real quickly. Speaking on the radiation, remember how when Denji defeated Makima, right? Like, Makima made that contract to get revived anytime she was sick, got shot, etc., etc. But she was still technically alive when power was like messing with her blood, and that's why she was in this weird state. What if the radiation from Yoru's arms is now causing the Falling Devil to, again, not be defeated fully, but now she has a problem radiating or regenerating because now her body's filled with this fucking radiation shit, and there's something that like now she can't do anything about. That's a very interesting hypothesis, right? Like, have we even considered that? That's kind of crazy. What if now the Falling Devil is in a situation like Makima was when, during that final battle with Denji, right? Like, oh, Power's blood is making her shit run amok in her body. So, like, she's just kind of, like, immune, right? Like, she's still alive, but, like, she can't do shit. What if the arms of Yoru said, fuck that, Hulk smash, and now when you regenerate, you're just going to be dealing with this radiation shit, and you can't do anything. You're still alive, but good luck now trying to do shit to me. And as you said, this is the beginning of nukes coming back to the Earth. So the fear of them is only going to ramp up from here. So I really like that. Good shit. What about my man Denji? I think the fear of nuclear weapons won't come back entirely because Pochita has already eaten them unless thrown back out, though. Oh my God, I totally forgot about Fami. What is she doing right now? Fami's still trying to make people fear. I wonder what's been going on with Fami. Do you think Death is going to show up soon? Yeah, I mean, I think she has to show up soon for sure. Again, Fami says her plan is to cause terror. And what causes terror more than these last few panels that we saw here in chapter 209, Is that mushroom cloud actually behind her, or is the panel just showing what she's picturing in her head? No, I think it's like what's actually happening in real time. David says, I feel like the history standpoint of this chapter is interesting since the Cold War is still going on in this universe. Oh, wow. I totally forgot about that. Let me see. I still think she's in the background getting affected by falling, although I still think she is still active. Could be. So Denji won't be turned into a weapon now, but coping with the power buff. She won't change her mind. Interesting theory. You gave falling cancer. Yeah, actually, yeah, in a weird way, yeah. What makes the Horseman of the Apocalypse more special than the other devils? Like, we know Pochita's special since he can erase devils. Darkness is primal devils, but the Horseman, beside remembering. I think that's the answer. They're just like the Horsemen of the Apocalypse. They're kind of like, think of the hybrids, but above that, right? Like, okay, everyone is scared of katanas. Everyone's scared of flamethrowers. They're scared of bombs. And, as a result, the weapons, right? The hybrids, they are just so strong because of their innate fear that humans have for flamethrowers and bombs, right? Like bombs, right? But then it's like, okay, but then why isn't there a nuclear weapons? I don't know. Because I think when we think of the Horsemen of the Apocalypse and now we can use the War Devil, I mean, it seems like the arsenal of the war itself, of what war represents. Yeah. Now you're putting guns magnified, tanks magnified, nuclear weapons magnified. And let's go ahead and end this poll. So a lot of people are saying Chef Mommy's still alive. Yeah, I think there's definitely a case that she's still very much alive. But if she's gone here, I mean, what a way to go out. That would be insane. Anyway, let's get to the last few chapters because this is the part where we got to theorize. And people are saying, and then, Yoru watches this person, newscaster, says, in the ongoing war between the Soviet Union and the U.S., America has reportedly dropped a new weapon of several Soviet cities. We have yet to learn the extent of the damage. However, released by the American military, the weapon is extremely lethal, was planned to be used on devils. Was planned to be used on devils. Okay, according to this new information, it's a bomb-like weapon that uses uranium or plutonium, what's called an atomic energy. And as we're seeing this, of course, we all know where this is going. The American military used this weapon for the first time as a fast track to ending the war. We have the weapons' names now. Nuclear weapons. Now, this is the crazy part we have to discuss. Because how is the nuclear weapons back? When we know that Makima said, and there's the panel, right, of Denji. Well, I don't know if Denji was eating nuclear weapons itself, but Denji was eating a weapon or was eating a devil, and then, Makima was saying, like, hey, AIDS and Nazis and nuclear weapons, like, they don't exist because Prime Pochita, Black Chainsaw Man, ate it. So there's two things I'm thinking. And I'm curious to hear what you guys have to think. What if Denji just died in this moment? And because Denji died, and Pochita has yet to transform, right? To be fair, we got to give it, we have to see how it plays out. Because let's say Denji is just gone, right? That negates everything Pochita has consumed, has swallowed, and as a result, this temporary state of death that Denji is in means all the devils that Pochita has consumed has therefore been nullified and now have been released to the public. And now because the concept of, meaning now everything is like regurgitated and vomited or whatever, that is how the nuclear weapons came about. Okay, that is theory one. Theory two could be, what if only Pochita consumed just a part of nuclear weapons, but not the whole thing? That would also be a Chainsaw Man first, where, okay, well, you erase half the concept of one thing, but they're still here, right? But we see all of this memory we're seeing all of these memories coming back into Yoru where she has tears. She's like crying. She's like, wait, why did I forget? No, why? Why did I remember? Like she's legitimately sad about something. And you know what I'm thinking now? Remember when Fami said, or the Death Devil said, you know, if I die, right? If I die, what if the next Death Devil that gets revived is even worse than me? I appreciate human life. But if I were to be gone, who's to say the next Death Devil would be as nice as me? So I have a prediction here. What if Yoru died, right? Was in a near-death state, right? Like how we saw Pochita in a near-death state. Denji revived Pochita, right? Took care of it. Pochita has this relationship with Denji. It's beautiful, okay? What if Yoru, in its battle with Chainsaw Man and the other horsemen, right, in a near-death state, that's why it became an owl. What if it died? What if it died? What if Pochita actually defeated the previous War Devil? And Pochita consumed the nuclear weapons, and Pochita killed the War Devil. And we know in Chainsaw Man, when devils die on Earth, they go back to hell, they die again, they get revived. And what if the Yoru we know today is actually a new War Devil that died, okay? And because she just died, she don't remember this shit. But now, for whatever reason, the memories are coming back, and I don't have the answer for that, right? Because, well, hey, when devils come back, they don't have the memories of their old host. That is true. But does that rule apply with the Horsemen of the Apocalypse, right? Like, that could be a thing that Fujimoto is going to present. That, like, Fujimoto's like, yeah, typically that's the case. Like, the new Reborn Again Bat Devil doesn't remember what the previous Bat Devil did. However, what if that doesn't apply with the Horsemen of the Apocalypse? It's a weird case with Nayata because Nayata didn't know who Makima was, but through Denji's memories, it's like now gains all this insight, blah, 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 blah. What if, for whatever reason, Yoru tapped into this new War Devil tapped into this? Who knows? And what if Yoru is remembering this and she doesn't like this? And what if the War Devil even told in the battle that she had with Chainsaw Man, hey, you got to eat the nuclear weapons because I like life. I love life like how the Death Devil currently loves life. And, you know, she voluntarily said, hey, just eat the nuclear War Devil because, you know, this is too fucking crazy. This is too scary. I am talking out of my ass and I'm going in so many tangents. But do you guys kind of see what I'm trying to say, right? Like, what if this is just a new War Devil and she's remembering it's like, oh shit, because I remember what my previous self did, or because of the brain damage of like just within like Asanyoru, she's remembering, oh my God, this is what the old me did. You know? I don't know. I'm talking out of my ass right now. We got 68 people here in the chat. What is good? Considering the nuclear weapon is one of her children, it might be fond memories that she is receiving. Perhaps, but why is this panel looking like she's more scared? Right? Like she's crying here. She's not crying because she defeated the Death Devil, right? And that's what these are. This is tears. Yoru's crying right here. I forgot. Why did I forget? No, why? Why did I remember? Why is her memories coming back? What memories are coming back? How did they come back? I mean, obviously, there's a correlation of like her remembering what happened with the nuclear weapons and her regaining some memories that we don't know about that's making her emotional. But we know that Pochita, or to the best of our knowledge, Pochita has consumed the nuclear weapons. How's the nuclear weapons devil back? And although we'll know maybe next week or 2 weeks from now that answer, that still isn't giving us anything except more questions being raised about why is Yoru being so emotional about this. She is legit worried. Now, that is an interesting thing that you said, Glacial. What if she's like kind of emotional because like, oh my God, her nuclear weapons was like not one of her comrades, but like her children. Like tank, like gun, nuclear weapons is also one of her kids. Oh my God, like why did I turn you into a weapon, nuclear devil, right? Oh my God, that's another children she destroyed and maybe she's emotional about that. That could be a thing, you know? Now, Shockscream says Denji can't be dead. A spear to the head isn't the worst damage he's taken. Back in the Fallen Devil arc, he states that he shreds hit brain to avoid being affected by mind-affecting devils. No, you're right, Shockscream. I'm just saying, what if he's temporarily dead and that temporary state of death, for whatever reason, had nullified the devils that Pochita has consumed to be like regurgitated out into the world? Right? Like how many souls have like been released from this like temporary state of death? It could be way wrong. I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to find a theory or something to latch onto as to why the nuclear weapons could be back. You know, Yoru crying could be nostalgic or guilt or something deep. For example, the same feelings and thoughts she expressed during the gun and tank devils, her children. Yep. I like that answer. I wasn't expecting this. LOL. Now I'm late as fuck. Maybe we could get Makima Naita now. Your theory that Pochita beat the previous War Devil has merit because World War II and nuclear weapons had both been devoured by Pochita. Okay, I appreciate you saying that. Let me see. Glacial says, however, we are only told that. We have no idea to what degree they were eaten. Yeah, that is also very true. That's the thing. And that's what I like, right? Like, we just know enough, but we don't know the full story. And at this point, can we get the Heian era flashback? Jujutsu Kaisen, anyone? Huh? Is it about time? Fujimoto, why couldn't he give us a black panel right here? That now we get into a flashback of Prime Pochita facing off against the weapons and the four horsemen of the apocalypse with the Gun Devil. God, that would be so cool. Jesus. All right. Let me see. World War 209, Falling Devil is eliminated. We'll get that time skip till Denji gets revived in Day Nostradamus Prophecy. Death is like an extinction entity from Death Stranding. The nude. I never played that game. I heard it's good. Let me see. The news broadcaster also talked about the nuclear weapons as if it's a new thing, and he wouldn't act like that if he remembered it. That's very true. So that's what I'm saying. That's what makes this so complicated, because it's like, okay, he's talking about it like it's the first time they've ever heard of this concept. But Yoru seems to have remembered what this is. But how is it like that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, like Pochita has to be, Denji has to be in some like temporary state of death, because like I don't know. Like, okay, if he's dead, then maybe all the devils that were consumed is like put out to the ether. I don't know. This is like, oh, we're remembering this concept again, because before it wasn't a concept. So you're right. It's like they're remembering this for the first time. It's almost as if Pochita, for whatever reason, it got regurgitated. That was the third thing I wanted to say before I forget. What if theory 3 is that during the Aging Devil arc, when Denji was getting so full and throwing up devils like snow and bitterness, off screen, you know, Nuclear was a devil that was regurgitated. You know, when Denji said, Pochita, throw up a devil that's going to help us escape this situation, and we see him throw up Yoshida, and Yoshida used the power of the octopus to get them back into the real world, blah, 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 blah. But what if one of the other devils thrown up was the nuclear war devil? I don't know. That was more of a bit of a stretch, but we don't know. What if it was an off-screen thing, you know? Let me see. Reze has a nuclear bomb as her head in her hybrid form, so maybe Pochita needs to eat all related concepts to get eaten to get rid of them completely, which is why he is trying to eat Yoru. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me see. In Chapter 98, Yoru says, just wait, Chainsaw Man, I'll make you vomit nuclear weapons back up. So I think Chainsaw Man didn't eat nuclear weapons as a whole concept. He just ate some of the nuclear weapons. That's true. And I think in this moment, since the USA made a new nuclear weapon, made Yoru remember the names of the other nuclear weapons Chainsaw Man has eaten before. Also, the next chapter is going to drop in a week. Very excited. Who would win in a death battle? Pinhead, the Hell Priest, or Hellraiser? I don't know. Taishim, I have no idea. I'm just going to say Pochita would beat Hellraiser. Denji gets killed all the time. Yes, I know that. But I'm saying a temporary state of death that has allowed, for whatever reason, Pochita to regurgitate nuclear wars. I have no idea. We don't know. I'm talking out of my ass. Funny she mentioned at first she wanted Pochita to puke him out, but if it's true, it's possible she had forgotten and remembered what actually happened. I can't wait to reread Chainsaw Man when the series ends. I agree. Pochita flashback chapter is about to be fire. I wonder if Pochita is hiding information from Denji, because now that he is temporarily dead, Pochita might be able to explain to Denji what is actually happening. Maybe Fujimoto, again, messes up the power system and humanity just reinvented nuclear weapons. We did not get the name of this new bomb. Nuclear weapons is the name Yoru remembered. Does this mean Red might come back, or perhaps she gets overpowered and she becomes a topic of discussion again? Who knows, man? Let me see. The Pochita versus Horseman fight is going to be the CSM fandom equivalent to the Hain era and JJK, isn't it? Dude, that's what I'm saying, dude. There's a sword in Denji's stomach. Maybe it killed it in its stomach. Ooh. Okay, good catch. Let's, did I close the page? Okay. Where's Denji? Ooh. Good catch. Good catch. What if that's it? What if one of the devils got released and it just so happened to be one of the most frightening ones? Good catch. What if that quite literally is the easiest solution? Look, Denji got the sword to the head, whatever. He's alive, but boom, right here in the stomach. Maybe something came out as a result. Excellent, excellent comment. Wow. That literally could be it right there. Let me see. Maybe this room. Off-screen devil strikes again. What if Pochita just knew they were getting worked, so he had to throw up nuclear to save them? Maybe. That's also true. The nuke the U.S. dropped looks exactly like the little boy, the one the U.S. dropped on Hiroshima, so I think it was just reinvented. The Manhattan Project was just redone. Maybe this is the work of the Ass-Pulled Devil. Maybe. I think the nuclear weapon is still in Pochita. Yoru is the one who said the name nuclear weapons, not the TV announcer. This new devil has the same power of nuclear, but it has to have another name. Okay. War's a human concept, just like nuclear weapons. Yoru's about to be so cracked with power. I agree. And Yoru remembers because she is a horseman. Can't believe they got Oppenheimer to remake nukes. I was saying, so maybe the sword killed nuclear weapons and it came back on Hell. Yeah, but for it to be regenerated like that so fast, it's kind of crazy too. Also, I think longer a devil sits in Pochita's stomach to be digested means it gets erased. So technically, this is a brand new reborn devil. Maybe. Nuke Devil saw that Mama was in trouble and pulled up. For real, dude. Doesn't Denji have to have access to Pochita's stomach, though? Very true. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I keep thinking about Power, my Blood Devil. Yeah. We got to see the Blood Devil, too. So, anyway, guys, we are at an hour. Lots of interesting things to talk about. It's good hanging out with you guys again. No promises on coming back next week. Honestly, maybe not for a few weeks, if I can be completely honest. I'm still catching up on just life and summer and, you know, doing all these things. And I know this isn't the most exciting and sexy thing to say out loud. I think I just might be doing Blue Lock content in the foreseeable future, at least on a weekly basis. And, still do Chainsaw Man via the explained videos and, perhaps the live streams. So, anyway, guys, it's been a pleasure. Thank you guys for watching me. We've been here an hour. I hope you enjoyed me talking about my crackpot theories and all that good stuff. And I hope all of you are staying hydrated. Please, please, please drink a lot of water. It is so hot outside. I got to go walk my dog. And I love you guys. I hope you're staying healthy. Work on your passion projects. It's July. We're going in August. You can still complete or do the New Year's resolution that you set your sights on in the beginning of this year. Don't give up. I believe in you. Believe in yourselves. Take care. Be healthy. And until next time, take it easy.